Hey guys, welcome to part 1 of my zombie shooter series. So basically, I've created my own zombie shooter game in Roblox Studio. And what you essentially can do here is that you can pick a random level and you can go to the level and start shooting these zombies, or you can also use this landmine to kill the zombies. So right now, let's say I'm going to level 1. As you can see, zombies are being spawned across the map. And what these zombies are doing is that they are trying to follow me. So what I can do is I can either kill the zombies, or you can just pick coins right over here. So now after killing these zombies, you can also use this landmine to kill all the zombies in one go. And also one more thing is that whenever you shoot these zombies, you will be getting some coins, but I didn't really do that system yet, and I'll be doing it in a later series. And yeah, so this is how this game is going to work. And also, if you go to a higher level, the zombies will essentially deal way more damage than in the lower levels. So in level 1, the zombies only deal you 10 damage. However, in level 2 or level 3, they will deal you around 20 or 30 damage. So right now, if I die in this level, and let me show you guys how level 3 looks like. So if I go to level 3, these zombies are essentially way more stronger and they will deal you way more damage. So right now, if I touch these zombies, I am basically losing 30 health right now. And if I touch these zombies for a long time, you'll basically die. And this is how this is going to work. And also, I've only created 3 levels so far, but I'll be creating all the way up to 10 levels. So, and each and every time you go to a higher level, these zombies are going to be much harder to deal with. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you guys the scripts that I use to make this whole working system. So right now, if I go to the workspace, you should be seeing the level modules, and those are basically all the base plates, the level 1, the level 2 room base plate, the level 3 base plate, and also these are the pads, level 1, level 2, and level 3. They all have their own specific pads, level 1, level 2, level 3 pads, and inside of it, and this is the friend wall. All these friend walls contain this very specific proximity prompt, and if you trigger this prompt, you basically get teleported to that corresponding level. And also, this is the pickables folder, the level 1, level 2, level 3. And what pickables are is basically items that can be picked by the player. So right now, if you might have seen me play the game, and there are only 2 pickable items, the coin and the potion. And those pickable items are stored right under the server storage. So these are the pickable items, the potion and the coin. And also these scripts are actually disabled initially. And however, after you duplicate these pickable items and after you put them inside of these folders, these scripts start getting enabled, which is why you see that rotating coin animation and the potion speed animation. And yeah, so that is what the pickable items are all about. And also, I also created a very main script, very important script called the setup script. If I open the script, you should be seeing that they are some specific functions: get place plate, get the correct zombie, add zombies, and all, etc. And also, if I go to the death manager, this basically checks if the player has died or not. And if the player died, we basically want to check if the player is in the round. If the player is in the round, then we want to remove the player in the round, which is the round table. And this round table is actually at the zombie module script, no, the level round module. So over here, for every level, there is a specific table of all the players who are in the round. And there are 3 tables so far because I only have 3 levels over here. So there are only 3 tables. And this function checks if the player existed or not. And also one more thing, this is another script which basically allows you to assign attributes to all the joining players. But right now, since the game is pretty new, I only added 1 attribute so far, but I'll be adding way more attributes over here in the future. And also for the tools, if you go to the starter pack right over here, you should be seeing there are 2 tools, the gun and the landmine. And for the landmine, there are 2 scripts, the landmine script, the server, and the local script. So now for the local script, it might look a bit complicated, but it's actually not that hard. So basically how this local script works is that if I hit run and if I equip the landmine tool, So right now, as you can see, a part is basically the marker part. So this is called the marker part. And what this does is that it basically follows you everywhere you go. And there's actually a ray projecting downwards from this landmine tool. And it's checking the position of the part of the point where the ray actually hit every single frame using run service right over here. As you can see, they're using run service to cast a ray every single frame, and the point where the ray is touching will always change, right? So whenever you're walking, the point of contact, the point where the ray is touching the base plate, will keep on changing every single frame. And with respect to that, the position of this part is basically changing every single time. And as you can see, the position is basically being changed every time the result changes as well. And also, if you unequip the landmine, the connection basically it's disconnected, right? So now I'm creating a connection called ray connection, and this ray connection gets disconnected every time you unequip the tool right over here. And you also destroy this landmine marker, which is a part. This is actually a part. And also, every time you activate the landmine marker, of a remote event actually gets fired to the server. So as you can see, if you come to the gun, there's actually, sorry, to the landmine, there's actually a remote event called the detonate event. And this event basically gets fired right over here. And after this event fires, a new model, which is right in the server storage. Oh, you can't really see it over here. So if I hit on stop, and if you go to the server storage, you should be seeing a prototype. Oh, it's actually duplicated storage, my bad. It's right over here. It's called the landmine marker, and this is the landmine model, right? So underneath this model, there is a detonator script, and this script will basically is used to explode, right? This is the whole explosion script right over here, and this is the blink light. This is the creating the explosion, and then this is used to kill the zombies within the radius, right? So now I just put 70 studs. The blast radius is 70 studs. I can also increase it or decrease it depending upon my preferences. And yeah, so this is how this whole thing is gonna work. And also one last thing, the gun is right over here. And this, it's a bit more complicated. So if you go to the server script and the local script, this is how the gun basically works. And yeah, so every time you equip the gun, the camera basically faces forward, right? So if I hit on play, and right now, as you can see, if I use a gun, and every time, okay, so let's say I'm facing the camera, right? And if I equip the gun, the character actually moves forward, faces forward, and there's a very specific script for that to make that happen. And also these bullets, as you can see, if these bullets get fired across the ray that is being projected by the gun. And also this gun, as you can see, a ray is being projected right at the tip of the gun. And if that ray touches a zombie, that zombie basically loses health. So this is how this whole gun is gonna work. Alright guys, and also one more thing that I want to share you guys is that this is the zombie prototype, right? And under the zombie prototype, you should be seeing a script called the damage detector script. So if I open it, and you should be seeing that every time the zombie loses some health, this function, so as you can see, there's the event called humanoid.health change, right? This whole event is going to fire every time the zombie loses health. And also, every time the zombie loses health, we essentially want to fire this specific event called zombie damage event, which is right under the replicated storage. As you can see, there's an event called zombie damage event, and this event gets fired to the player who actually shot the zombie. And then after that, that animation gets played, that -20, as you can see, every time you shoot the zombie, that -20 animation gets played locally for that very specific player who shot the zombie. So that is how this whole script works. And also this is the zombie AI script. And guys, this script, I actually didn't really script it fully by myself. I used some help from AI because I don't really have much experience using pathfinding service. So that's why I used AI to create this pathfinding zombie script. And also one more thing, there's also another script called the zombie death manager. If I open it, the zombie basically gets destroyed, and also the zombie death event gets fired as well. So this event, it's actually a bindable event. Every time a zombie dies, a new zombie spawns, right? And that is the reason why I created this bindable event. And I'm firing this event to the setup script right over here. As you can see, it's right in the server script service. It's right over here. And if I go down, this script is being fired right over here. So this is a zombie death manager, and every time a zombie dies, this gets fired, and this and more zombies get added right over here, as you can see. So this is how the zombie death manager works. And also, one more thing, if you come over here, this is the pickables folder, and this is the pickable spawner manager. If I open this script, you should be seeing that this script is used to spawn all the pickable items across all the base plates. So right now the limit is actually 30. For every single base plate, 30 random pickable items get spawned, but I also increase it or decrease it depending upon how I want. And yeah, so this is how the script works. Alright guys, thank you so much guys for watching this video, and if you guys like my videos, then consider subscribing to my channel, because every week I'll be uploading tutorial videos and development videos to this channel. And honestly, this game looks really simple, not gonna lie, but I'll be adding way more features in this game, and see you guys in the next video.